Casey again with Wildwood Journal, A Mother's Delight, and I am back with part 3 of our curriculum choices video. In this section of the video series, I'm going to show you what we have picked out for our budding kindergartner. So our middle child is a new 5-year-old, so he would probably be at that age if we were doing public school where we could put him in there and he would be like one of the youngest kids in his class and probably do fine, but as he gets older may be a little different in his just different stages of development. But one of the joys of home educating is that we can really let our kids be kids and learn in developmentally appropriate ways through play and just kind of osmosis of older sibling learning. I don't know if that's the right word. See, I should probably look that up. Anyways, so with our shared subjects, I want to encourage his participation, but I'm not going to force him to like sit down and do copy work and, you know, illustrate all the things and narrate all the things. He's just gonna get to be present and pick up on things and enjoy the process. But for language arts and math, we did go ahead and pick up some more structured learning items that we can integrate into our days with him. And my idea, my approach to it for him is that I will invite him to the table with me every day. He has a very strong enthusiasm for doing his numbers and doing his letters, and he's picking up on things very quickly, but I'm maintaining a pleasantly pleased expectation of what he's willing to give, because I don't want his love of learning to fizzle out when it becomes too much school and not enough, hey, I'm just a kid. So with that being said, we did do The Good and the Beautiful for the pre-K language arts book. He loved it. It had so many fun little games and pieces, and not like it came with a bunch of pieces, but like little components to help learn his letters and numbers and things like that. So he finished that up like right at the end of our last school year, and then we went ahead and moved to the Level K primer. So this is kind of like the transition piece between the pre-K and the kindergarten curriculum, and from what I gathered, it was a pretty important piece. It really helped kind of blend the space between the two, where the Level K, I think they need to have a really solid grasp on letter recognition and sounds, because they start blending sounds for words like immediately. And so that is what gets introduced in the Level K primer. And we started a few of the lessons, just kind of keeping it easy. So they, still do tracing the letters, but then as he learned a lot of the letter sounds in the pre-K book, they're starting to blend the letters together to make some words, and he has found that very fun to be able to sound out some words. So we'll take this, it's a shorter course. It's how many lessons do we have here? If we did 4 or 5 lessons a week, this is 34 lessons. So we could probably finish it in a couple months, 2.5 months. But if it takes us 6 months, I'm totally okay with that. And then we will just move into the Good and the Beautiful kindergarten curriculum. You can also get this little reader, it's My First Reader, and just, beautiful pictures, short, I dig sounding them out. We also kept in our, telling you guys, these crates are fantastic. It's the stacker box at Walmart. I kept the pieces from the pre-K. I'm gonna sneeze. Nope, I made it stop, but it might come back. Oh my goodness. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so these are like learning the letter sounds and recognition. So they match, the letter uppercase and the lowercase with the animal that sounds like the letter sounds. So anyways, we kept these and I kept them in our box to review. Scissors, and there's all the other games from his pre-K that we can pull out for some fun and review in our tote as well. So that's his language arts. For math, I was very excited about this, and I was on the fence about it too, but then really excited. So we got the Math K. He loves numbers too, and I did not purchase the whole kit and caboodle. So the whole kit is a little over $100, which is not a bad price, but there's 2 books. So there's book 1 and book 2, and then there's the activity box, which comes with all these other components for manipulatives and things like that. Well, when I looked at the box online, I already had a lot of pieces that could serve the purpose of a lot of those components. Like we had an abacus, we have letter or number flashcards, toothpicks are really easy to come by, things like that. So I just purchased the book, and I only purchased the first book because, well, budgeting. So I purchased book 1, and then I purchased the My Calendar, which is them, like, they literally fill out a calendar for the month. So they're learning to write in the dates. They learn how a calendar works, days of the week, months of the year, and then it has this fun little, in the beginning, there's a little poem or other, piece of fun thing, and then they can draw a picture of what that month looks like to them. So and then the other piece, which this is something that I probably could have just made or printed off a Google Calendar, and you can totally do that too if your budget needs to stay smaller, but it was cute and pretty and inexpensive. You can buy individual pieces online as well. So I went ahead and got it. And then this is my place value chart. So because of the way it's constructed and the heavy duty laminating on it is the key reason why I went ahead and purchased this too. I could probably make something similar, but I didn't think I could do it this justice. So I went ahead and purchased this piece too. I did not buy these little 10 frame pieces. Instead, I went on my computer and I opened up Excel and I made like a 10 by 10. I made like the borders, in each of the little squares, and then I just put 2 of those on a regular page, printed that out, and then I can cut them apart, and then that way I can just print them whenever I need them, whenever I need more. But they use these when they're doing the calendar to learn, like, 0 through 9, and then you move over into the 10s through 90, and then you move over to the hundreds. So it's a really great visual and interactive way to learn place value. And then see, here's the little pieces all cut apart. And I just use the square snack bags from like the Walmart ones even to put all the pieces in. The shape flashcards, I found these really cute, like wooden flashcard size things, and I just printed off I made the shape in Microsoft Word and the same color as what's in the book. And then I just made these fun little wooden flashcards because part of your morning time or let me use the right word here. Your daily dose, that's what it is. So part of the daily dose that you do every day is the calendar, and then writing down the date, so you demonstrate how to write like the month, the day, and the year, and then doing the place value chart, so interacting with the tens place. And then from there you do this shape shuffle graph. So those cards that I made for us, or you can find shape flashcards, at the back of the book is a graph for the shape shuffle. So you put the cards face down, and then you have your kindergartner pick a card, and then whatever shape they drew, they get to color in a square on the graph and see like which shape they end up pulling the most, or which one they fill up first. Just a fun way to introduce the concept of graphing for a kindergartner. So, and there's a couple pages of that in your book, and a couple of different ways. They do tally marks later on. So instead of doing filling in a square, they'll make the hashes and learn how to do the groups of 5. So just a fun way to cover that concept with a 5, 6, or 7-year-old kindergartner. So a few of the other pieces that I had, there's like these really cute bee manipulatives and caterpillar manipulatives, and a few other components in there. But I have, my mom made these really cute bumblebee and ladybug blocks for checkers for my kids. I'm like, okay, those are gonna be really cute math manipulatives now. And then I had these printed from some preschool curriculum, just some number flashcards already, and then found some inexpensive buttons in a bag, and then I've got scissors in here. So those are all of our pieces, and then of course we have the abacus, and as we go along there may be some other manipulatives that we may need, but I've got like counting sticks that could be a caterpillar, or you could use colored pasta noodles. You know, you can just kind of think outside the box a little bit and fill in those gaps and be able to piece together a very successful kindergarten math activity box without spending very much money at all. When we get into our like second and third quarter, probably in our second quarter is when I'll finish filling in the pieces for our year. Like I'll get the second math book. I'll probably be ready to order the kindergarten language arts book, and we will move into, my plan is to do the Good and the Beautiful's maturation and sexual reproduction course for our oldest. And then we've always been open about the body and things like that. We had home births, so our oldest has seen and been exposed to, you know, that whole process. We're not like, oh, don't talk about those things with the boys. We're pretty open. So whatever our younger two might hear on some of those conversations wouldn't necessarily bother us. But of course, the beautiful thing about it is that we can tailor it to what our kids are ready for, I guess you could say. So that's our plan for our next science round later on, starting in like our second quarter, maybe about the time our oldest will turn 10. So yeah, so that's what we have for our curriculum choices for the year. Everything else, oh yeah, our youngest, or our middle kindergartner, has a handwriting book as well that he uses. He loves to write his letters. We do tons of drawing. We are an artsy family that loves to sketch and paint and do all things creative, building things out of wood, so on and so forth. So we'll do that, and then yeah, just other components that we may fill in here and there as we see fit. Field trips, hiking, camping, fishing, all of those wonderful, delightful things that we get to do as a family, with the blessing of being a home educating family. So thanks for tuning in to our curriculum choices. If there is anything that you liked and wanted to check out, I will link links in the comments and add little suggestions for the additional parts and pieces of this video series. So thanks for watching. leave a little comment below, and we'll see you in the next video.